opportunity to actually come through and do what we love. Igama lami nguNkosi Innocentia Bongiwe. I am the founder of Women of Virtue Connects. What I do is I inspire women to seek their identity and hence find their purpose in life. I do this through organized conferencing, we do seminars, we do skills development programs. So if you may be interested in any of the desired categories that I have mentioned, please feel free to send us an inbox. Our page on Facebook, it's Women of Virtue Connects. So today we are speaking about a very important subject. It touches all the women in all aspects actually. So many of us, actually some of you as you are watching, I'm sure. There we go, say hi.
Hello.
Okay, as I was saying, today we are speaking about a very important subject that is in relation to women and their hair. Somebody's pausing with their hair. Say hi.
Hi.
Sorry, you dropped something. We're speaking about women and beauty. Beauty is one aspect that is important when it comes to women. Every woman in the world wants to look beautiful. Every woman in the world wants to be affirmed. Every woman in the world wants to stand in the mirror and actually say that, hey, I am beautiful. One of those aspects that really influence a woman's beauty is hair. We are speaking about all things that have to do with hair. It is one artist to even compile the song who actually said that I am not my hair. So whether as a woman, whether you like to wear your hair straight, whether you like to wear your hair kinky, whether you like to wear it natural, or whether you like to put on a weave, whether we like it or not, hair plays a very important and a vital role when it comes to women and them defining what beauty is. Actually, there is a research that was done that women spend over $50,000 each and every single year just on their hair. Some women wear their weaves, some women wear their natural hair. She's waving her. Hello. As I was saying, so much money is always put into women actually wanting to look beautiful where their hair is concerned. Some women actually use hair to make themselves look beautiful. Some women believe that when they don't have when they don't have hair, they actually don't look beautiful, you know. So we want to speak about hair in a sense that what type of impact does hair have in our lives as women, you know. Do we define an identity of a woman because of the type of hair that she wears? Do we define the nature of a woman because of the type of hair that she wears? That is what we want to speak about. What impact does hair have in your life as a woman? As you are watching, what type of hair is even currently on your head? Are you wearing a weave? Are you wearing your own natural hair? Why is it so important that we spend, why is hair so important that we spend so much money trying to look good where our hair is concerned? Some women prefer to wear their weaves. Some women prefer to wear their hair natural. I know that at one point in my life, I know that at one point in my life, I used to advocate for women wearing their natural hair. Actually, I was even following this other page. It's actually called Stop the Weave. I was an advocate for women wearing their hair natural. I believe that when women wear weaves or when women put on Brazilian hair, I felt that women did not understand their identity. Women were wearing weaves because they did not embrace the nature that God had given them. Sorry about that, we got cut. As I was saying, I used to advocate for natural hair, you know. I used to say that as women, we find ourselves wearing weaves, we find ourselves wearing wigs because we do not understand the beauty of the hair that we have been given. I understood at one point in my life that as women, we are made in the image of God. And when God makes you in his own image and after his own likeness, he sees you perfect, he sees you good, he sees you good looking. And that also includes your hair. So when women wear weaves, I would even go on Facebook and say that why would women wear weaves? Are we as an African nation, you know, do we have a problem where identity is concerned? Can we not identify with our kinky hair? Can we not identify with our coarse hair? Can we not identify with our afros? Why is it that we need relaxers? Why is it that we need artificial hair for us to actually establish us to establish our beauty as women. I used to actually hate on women. I would actually put up posts and say, yeah, you need to stop the weave. You are wearing a weave because you do not understand your identity. You are wearing a weave because you do not understand who you are. You are trying to put on these artificial elements just to beautify yourself as a woman. I was really hard on that, and I believe that I was an advocate for change. At one point in my life, I even said that the texture of Indian women's hair is that of India. Hi, Sisi Anjali. We are speaking about hair, and
I'm flexing. I'm flexing here.
what are you flexing? Is it your natural or is it a weave?
Hey, this is a 100%.
You see? Why is it that we wear 100%, we wear 2%, we wear 5%? I don't even know what percentage is on my hair right now. But nevertheless, as I was saying, I used to believe that women wear weaves. I used to believe that women wear weaves because they are trying to hide behind their natural selves. Because so many women, you hardly even see them with their natural hair, but they're always wearing weaves. In most cases, that is. I believe that we are doing that as a nation, as African people, because we have no sense of identity. Why is it that we would spend so much money on Brazilian hairs? You find that that particular hair is like 1,000 rands or 2,000 rands. That's enough money to even buy what is this, bricks to actually erect a home. So I really felt at one point in my life that women really needed to wear their own natural hair. If God has given you the texture of an afro, why don't you embrace that texture of an afro? Why is it that you feel the need to actually hide your natural hair and embrace someone else's? Why do we feel as a nation that it is good for us to actually take your Brazilian hair? Why do we feel that it is natural for us, or it is okay for us as a woman to wear? As a nation, have we failed? One message are we also bringing to the next generation of women? Are we also raising daughters that will not embrace the way that their hair looks? You know, so I used to advocate for that because I believe that to a certain extent, women really need to identify with themselves and who they are. And I believe that hair played a massive role when it comes to that. Imagine women are walking before me. One of them is wearing a weave, 2 of them are in their natural hair, and 3 of them are actually wearing their braids. So when it comes to beauty, what is it that we have to say where hair is concerned? When we wear weaves, does it mean that as a people or as a nation of women, does it mean that we have actually forgotten our roots? Does it mean that we are trying to search for an identity and we're identifying ourselves with hair that is from other nations and forget that as a people, and forget that as an African nation, and forget that as a Bantu Abansundu, we are actually beautiful in the eyes of forgotten that as a nation we are actually beautiful with the texture of our hair. God has made us to be like that, and there is no other nation that has the texture of our hair the way that we have. So that is what we want to discuss. We want you to share your thoughts, share all your opinions with us. What do you think about hair? What is the importance or rather what role does hair play in a woman's life? Recently I read an article where it said that a woman was actually denied to walk into an interview room because of the way that she wore her hair. She went into the interview room with her natural hair, and the order of the day was that when she comes in with her natural coarse hair, it was even combed, her natural hair, they said that she looks unprofessional. Actually, one of the famous actresses that we know, her name is, what's her name again? I'll remember it. But they say that, you know, it's actually unprofessional. Why is it that other nations can look at us as an African nation and actually say that our hair as women is unprofessional? Why do I have to relax my hair for me to actually be satisfied, rather, as being a professional? Why is it that when I step into the room, the first thing that you notice about me is the texture of my hair? So that is what we want to talk about, the influence of hair in women's life. Why is it that there's a certain perception that goes with women who wear weaves, and there's a certain perception that goes with women who prefer their natural hair? Some women who prefer their natural hair, they're even labeled as broke. But when you actually not wearing your natural hair, when you're wearing a weave, then they're actually saying that you can afford it. We are talking about inches and all of that. Is it a matter of financial capacity that you can wear your hair? Is money the determining factor when it comes to women wearing their hair? Are we wearing our hair natural because we broke, or are we wearing our hair natural because we are embracing the texture that the Lord has blessed us with? That is what we want to talk about. in the next few weeks. So please do join us. We are also going to be walking around in Nelspruit and discovering, asking questions and finding out what is the essence of hair when it comes to the beauty of women. What does God even have to say about women wearing weaves? Is he pleased about us as a nation covering our natural hair and actually putting a weave on top? What does the Bible have to say about that? Does the Bible even say anything that is related to hair? Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we want to know. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned as we walk around in town, speak to different women. Let us sort out these issues of hair. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Bye.